Two favorite primers. One of my favorite is the Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm. Now here's the thing, this does make my skin a little bit more oily in the center of the face, but on the outside it wears really, really pretty. I feel like it is very glycerin based, so it really does smooth out the skin. And I love the smell. I think the smell smells really, really good. I did get the original sensitive. Is this the sensitive? No, I actually got the original because I like the smell. It just smells so manly. But anyways, take a little bit of that all over the whole face. After that, I take my favorite smoothing one, and this is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. This is a very heavy silicone-based primer. I do think this is a little bit more expensive for a drugstore product. If I'm not mistaken, I looked it up online and it was like $15, but it works really good. Now for my foundation, I'm going to use my two current favorite foundations. If you guys want me to do like a drugstore favorite foundation video, I definitely can, because I have several that I really like from the drugstore. These are my current favorite because they are paraben free. It's the L'Oreal Infallible collection. I've got the Pro Glow and the Pro Matte. The Pro Matte in this one I bought in a much darker shade because the original shade I bought was way too light. So I kind of like use a little combination of both of them. The Pro Glow on its own is very pretty, but I have noticed when I'm outside or in direct sunlight, it can be a little bit on the unflattering side because it is so glowy. It can kind of show a little texture in the skin. I do know today I'm going to be kind of in and out of outdoor lighting and indoor lighting, so I've kind of planned ahead and I'm going to do a little bit of the Pro Matte so that it mattes me out a little bit, gives a little smoother finish. Just like that, we're going to mix it up on the back of the hand. And usually I would use my beauty blender, but I went and found my Real Techniques one. I feel like they're almost exactly the same. This one breaks down a little quicker, which is not necessarily bad. Once they're really fluffy, I still like them quite a bit. And I'm going to use the flat side to put that foundation on. Now I'm going to go back in with just the Pro Glow and do a little bit more. Of this I do feel like can be built up to full. I've honestly got it on about a medium coverage because I am going to put a powder foundation on. Totally up to you. You can continue to build it up if you'd like. I do notice the Pro Matte builds a little quicker because it dries down faster. Pro Glow can, but it's kind of, you got to layer it up just a little bit. Now I totally spaced and forgot to use this, and I noticed it when I was putting my foundation on. I usually use this NYX Yellow Color Corrector. I didn't see it in my little box. This can go on underneath your foundation and really help even out the skin before you put anything on. It is very heavy on the yellow, so you do need to put foundation on top. If you're really fair, you can use something like this, but a lot lighter, more of like a lilac yellow, or I'm sorry, lilac, more of like a pastel yellow, and that'll work a little bit better for evening out your skin tone and being able to just walk out the door with it. This though leaves a yellow cast on the skin, but it really evens out that redness. Then I'm going to take my Revlon Colorstay concealer. Now I've had this concealer forever. Like I would be embarrassed if you could see the doe foot applicator, because there's like, the sponge is missing off part of it because I've had it for so long. I just use a very little bit right here. And you want to blend this out pretty quickly because it is a long wearing one, so it dries fast. Now you guys know how I love a good cream contour, and I have personally not found a concealer cream contour, like a concealer to use or any kind of cream contour at all to use from the drugstore. So if you guys have any recommendations, anybody that's fair, that knows those really cool tones, please let me know, because I am always looking for a new one. So let me know if you have a favorite. Now, I'm going to use Airspun to set my face. You guys know this does have parabens, not my favorite for every day, but if you do need a drugstore one, this one is very nice. I am going to set my whole face, but if you do want to use this on a daily, I would definitely set just the under eye. I wouldn't use it anywhere where you have larger pores so that it won't absorb as much. And I'm going to roll my beauty blender in there Tap off that extra. And from the outside in, set that eye area. Pick up some more. I don't like to do a whole lot. And this is so messy. Let me know if you guys have a trick, because it just always spills out the sides, and I feel like nobody ever has. I feel like I waste so much because it just gets all over the sides. Let me know if there's a trick that I'm not doing. Now you're gonna notice I use a lot of Wet n Wild stuff. Wet n Wild is one of my favorite drugstore brands. Almost all their stuff is paraben free. As far as I know, I think almost everything's paraben free. They are cruelty free as well, correct? I believe so. I was just on their website. I want to say they're cruelty free as well. Okay, maybe not all of their stuff is. I know some of their stuff has a cruelty-free sign on it. So anyways, I really like that brand quite a bit. I feel like they do the best they can, and they're at a really affordable price, and they're more of like a light to medium. You're definitely not gonna get crazy full coverage. So I'm gonna take their coverall powder, and this one is in shade light medium. And I'm gonna pack that on top. Next, I'm going to contour and highlight my under eyes with the Wet n Wild. This is their Color Icon contouring palette, and this is in the shade Caramel Toffee, and this is my favorite powder contour ever. You guys have seen me use this a lot. I love how light it is. I like that it's not super heavy. It's very, very cool tone, so it's great for fair skin. And the pinker one is great because if you are fair, you can use it to brighten that under eye, and it brightens because it's a little pinker. Now I'm going to take a larger brush. Now the only thing is I don't have a lot of drugstore brushes, so I do have a few and I'll point them out that are drugstore. But other than that, I'm just going to use my regular brushes. Then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild brush. This is their, this doesn't have a number on it. It's like an eyeshadow blending brush. I love it. It's super cute and it has a little notch for your finger. And I do like the notch. It's quite nice. And I'm going to just contour that nose. I'm also going to take a little bit and throw it up here in my crease area. This is a nice contouring eyelid color just to give a little shape before I put my shadows on. Then I'm going to take the lighter shade in there and just a flat little brush like this. And brush off any extra translucent. Alright, I'm going to put a little setting spray on before I do my illuminator. Now here's the one thing, I am out of my drugstore setting sprays. I just use my NYX ones all the way up, and the LA Girl ones I've used up as well. Those are two great ones. I like the NYX ones better. They're at a better price point for the size. LA Girls was a nice one, but it was like $6 for like 1 ounce, which for drugstore, like the other one, you get like 2 ounces for like $4, so it's way better deal. But I'm gonna use the Sephora collection one. I know it's not drugstore, but it is a lesser expensive one. Like I said, my favorite is definitely the NYX one though. So I'm gonna do a little bit on the face, just to give that highlight something to stick to. Okay guys, literally another Wet n Wild product. This is their Mega Glo Illuminating Palette, and this one is in shade, I think this is just the only one they make. It's their illuminating palette. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush, which is a drugstore, I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, they're a drugstore brand. But anyways, I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to go lightly through all of them. Dust off the extra. There is quite a bit of fallout on this one, but that's fine. I mean, it was like $4. I'm not mad, and that's a ton of product. And I'm gonna go in with just this lighter shade right here, because this does pull a little pinker on the skin. And try and whiten it up a little bit. And then take that same brush I highlighted with earlier, and I like to blend the edges. And I'm pressing it in and lightly buffing any extra off the skin. And that kind of tones down that heavy pinkness. So I wouldn't go ham with this one. This one's definitely not across the room glow, but I mean, look at that. That's pretty cute. I feel like that's a very like natural lit within glow, but a little extra. Now, if you want to go in and highlight, you can really use the LA Colors. This is their Shimmering Loose Pigment, and this is in shade Honeysuckle, and I love this one. I've used this many a times on camera, I think, to highlight with. It's technically an eyeshadow, and I am going to use it as an eyeshadow as well, but I love to highlight the cheekbone with it. Now, my trick is to spray the brush with a little bit of setting spray first, just a little bit though. I'm not big on soaking the brush. Get a little bit on there. And this will definitely take that to the next level. Love that. Now I'm going to zoom you in for the eyes, and we're going to keep the eyes really simple today, guys. We're going to take the Barbie collection brushes. I found these at CVS. They were like $6 on clearance. Could not turn them down. Of course not. Look at that. So cute. Got the Barbie symbol all over them. Was living for it. And we're going to take that LA Color Shimmer, and we're just going to press that on the inner tear duct. Wet that brush first. I don't know why I forgot to do that. I'm going to take my NYC bronzer and that same blending brush from earlier, and I'm going to put some of this in the corner of my eye just to add a little warmth. And on a smaller brush, I'm going to work that under the eye. Alright guys, so I have put mascara on and some false lashes off camera. I did use the Lancôme Definicils one, but it's because I was out of my L'Oreal Voluminous one, which is my favorite drugstore one. And then I also put on some fake lashes. Now, these are lashes that I've ordered from China. I just typed in wispy lashes. Anything that looks like this. There's multiple sellers that sell the same style of lashes overseas, so just allow for time for them to come in, but they're like $2 for all of these. So, and I just trimmed the outside just a little bit and then put some primer on my bottom lashes and then put a little mascara on top. And then my brows are the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I haven't found a brow product from the drugstore that I like, so if you guys have any recommendations, let me know. I really like the very cool tones, so I don't like anything that pulls really orangey, and I've noticed that all of them do on me. So if you have a recommendation, definitely let me know. But for me, for $18 for how much you get in here and for how long this has lasted me, almost over a year, I definitely feel like it's worth it for sure. I also put on my lips the NYX Liquid Suede. This one is in shade Sandstorm. I've used this several times. And then I popped on top of it the Glazed lip paint from LA Girls. Yeah, LA Girl. This is like a nice like pastel pink, and I just put it in the center for a little bit more of a hydrated look and so that the lips don't look too dark all over. And then I finished off with a little bit more of that Sephora setting spray. Like I said, this is a pretty inexpensive one. I ran out of my NYX one, which is my favorite drugstore one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Be sure to like and comment below and let me know down in that comment section anything else you guys are wanting to see, some more tutorials, or any kind of suggestions you guys have. Make sure that you follow me on all my social media. My Instagram is FakeFace_1. My Twitter is Mr. FakeFace. My Snapchat is Otis.Reed. And my Facebook is under Reed Scroggins. So check me out there to see me post a little bit more frequently. And remember, guys, it's your life. Make it beautiful.